So, I just got my Ghost case today and thought I'd do a quick unboxing and first impressions. I've heard a bunch of negative reviews about the case coming scratched out of the box, a weak bottom lip, and well, I'm really hoping mine doesn't come scratched. It's one thing for a clear case to scratch easily, which, most clear cases do, but I want to be the one to scratch it and not have it scratched out of the box. So, let's take a look. Pretty simple white packaging, Ghost cases inside. It's a little tough to get off the interior bit. There are nice pull tabs to get the protective film off. And not quite sure, but it looks, there are a couple of, oh, that's definitely a scratch. Well, that's unfortunate. I'm not sure if you can catch it on camera, but there are a few small scuffs on the bottom, a few hairline scratches near the MagSafe ring, but nothing that looks too bad comparing to what others are showing online, I think. So let's see how it looks on the blue titanium 15 Pro Max. So I'm gonna go with the, oh, man, I'm so scared of scuffing this. Oh, that's a pretty tight fit. Oh, well, now that the phone is in there, I'm actually not sure if those scuffs on top are from me putting the phone in or not, or if it was there out of the box. It probably wasn't there out of the box, but yeah. That's a really soft plastic inside if it scuffs that easily just from the edge of the phone being put in. That's probably some dust there that I have to remove later. But yeah, that is, well, it's definitely softer than the lip on my other case that I've been using, but the other edges are all pretty stiff. Well, there's a bit of give here along the volume buttons, between the volume buttons and the action button, but that's about it. Everywhere else is pretty good, and it did snap on, really tightly, so there's that. This rubberized ring around the edges definitely helps to give it a bit more grip, I think, and the buttons are all pretty nice and tactile. Yeah, no issues with any of the buttons at all. The one thing I would say is that the demarcation between the volume up and down is a little small. I don't think I would be able to really figure out the difference between the two if I wasn't looking at the phone. But there's a pretty big difference between the action button and the volume buttons, as you can see. Okay, and as for the MagSafe ring, it is ever so slightly raised off the back. So that is going to be a bit of an issue if you have a MagSafe wallet, because there will be a bit of gap between the wallet and the back of the phone case. So I'm not sure how that's going to hold up. I'll bring my MagSafe wallet over and give it a test later. Wow, that's... not sure if you can see, but that's a really thin lip there. I guess it offers enough protection if you're just putting your phone, that side down on the table, but if you're dropping it, I don't think that your lenses would be very well protected if, it hits on an angle or whatever. Like, that is definitely not enough protection for a drop. Other than that, the cutouts are pretty accurate. Looks good. Plenty of space for bigger USB-C cables there. The bumps on each four corners are kind of raised to offer a bit more edge protection in drops. And the case is rated up to 10 feet, I think, but yeah, I'm definitely not going to be dropping this at that kind of height. As for how it looks on the blue, I think it looks pretty good. right? The MagSafe ring is glossy, the back's glossy. It's not that bad in terms of fingerprint retention, I would say. I mean, you do see a bit of skin oils and stuff here, but you know, that's the case for basically every clear case with a polycarbonate back. But I mean, it looks pretty good, like especially when the light hits it in a certain angle. It's, yeah, not bad. I mean, the lighting at home is just bad now because, you know, it kind of looks black or gray right now, but yeah, this is the blue. Okay, so I have my MagSafe wallet. It looks a bit odd because I'm doing a durability test with the gaffer tape, so just ignore that. But the MagSafe strength might be a little compromised because of the tape around the back. So let's see how it goes. I mean, it's okay. It's definitely not the strongest I've had. But it's not like it will, you know, really be that easy to slip off. I mean, maybe if you're wearing a tight fitting pair of jeans, it might. But generally, if you're slipping this into a pant pocket or your bag, it should be fine. But we can then see what I was talking about with the gap between the wallet and the case. It might be a bit more pronounced in my case because of the gaffer tape, but this will be something that you see with basically most MagSafe wallets in this case because the MagSafe ring is, you know, slightly raised. So yeah, but I mean, works fine. MagSafe magnets aren't weak for sure, you know. It's pretty good. So all in all, I think the ghost case is okay. Getting scratched just by putting the phone in or removing the phone is a bit much. I don't think other cases are usually that fragile. At least the much cheaper U-Green case that I was using before isn't. But I mean, I have to say that I really like the aesthetic of the Dbrand Ghost. I like the design of the MagSafe ring at the back. People have said that, you know, it scratches when you're putting MagSafe chargers on, so I guess I'll try that out when I have access to one and see how that goes. But yeah, I mean, seeing how easily the clear plastic scratches just by putting the phone in, I don't really hold a lot of hope for the durability of this case. Hey guys, future Cheryl here to correct past Cheryl. Before you put your phone into this case, you want to make sure you most likely don't need to take it out again. Good God, was it difficult to take the phone out of the case. The skin on my hand is now peeling and the case is clearly more scratched up thanks to that. This is a major design issue and Dbrand definitely needs to figure out how to rework this aspect of the case. And I guess I'll have to see, you know, whether taking the phone out afterwards will result in more scratches, which I mean I definitely have to do because I gotta get that piece of dust out. So yeah, I mean, I would hope that Dbrand would replace these problematic cases in the future, since I've heard some really good stuff about how they handled the grip case fiasco, but I would probably recommend holding off on getting one of these until Dbrand figures out what's going on and fixes it. But yeah, that's about it for me for this video. If you guys have any comments or questions, leave them down below and I'll get back to you on those. Till next one, see you guys!